Hi everyone, welcome to Watch It, Play It Table Talk. My name is Rodney Smith. In this weekly segment, I propose a gaming-related topic, share my initial thoughts on it, but then invite your responses through the YouTube comments and your own videos that I'll compile into next week's segment, Table Talk Back, and that way we can all participate in the conversation. This time around, I want to talk about something that I think primarily affects gaming groups. I have a gaming group that I attend, and I try to go every week. I have a lot of fun there, we play a lot of games. But I've noticed an interesting little phenomenon. Usually I'll bring a stack of games, a couple other people will do the same. But there's this almost awkward period towards the beginning usually, where we're sitting around, not exactly sure how to start. And it's not because there's a lack of games. I think I have three ideas about what it could be. And I'm not entirely sure, but one of them might be that nobody wants to be that alpha gamer, that person who says, okay guys, here's what we're gonna play. And then basically, because they were the first person to speak, coerces everyone else into playing along because no one else wants to say, no, I don't want to play that. The other possibility is that no one wants to be responsible for everybody else's fun. I know I've felt this way sometimes. Okay, if I propose a game and then nobody enjoys it, I'll feel like it's my fault, because I said, hey, here's this great game, let's try it out. And everyone else had a very different reaction to the game. And then maybe the third reason is that old classic, rejection. If you say, listen guys, I got this game, I just learned it, I really want to play. Do you guys want to play? And then you get the sense nobody wants to play that game. I don't know if those are the real reasons behind it, but those are three things that I know at different times I've probably felt different shades of when, in that space at the beginning of game group. And I think this is something I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Have you experienced this? Have you felt that way yourself? Is there something else you think that's motivated you to maybe hold back? Maybe your gaming group doesn't even have this problem in the first place. And I'm not so sure that I really even want to classify it as a problem. I just think it's an interesting challenge that I think we're faced with socially as a group of people. And of course the thing is, give it a few minutes and suddenly we're all playing games. But I think that's usually because someone does propose something and they get a chorus of, yeah, I'm up for anything, I'll play anything, and I know I've said this too. The problem with that reaction, hey, I'll play anything, I think, is that it's almost never true. I don't think anyone is ever really up for anything, right? Because sometimes I don't want to play a 6-hour game of Game of Thrones, and doing that would just make me miserable. Other times, though, I really do want to play Game of Thrones, and so I'm going to be dissatisfied with a bunch of other filler games if that ends up being what gets played. I think we probably do ourselves and the other people at the table a disservice when we say, I don't know, what do you want to play? I don't know, what do you want to play? I don't know, I'm up for anything. Because then at that point, we probably feel obligated to just go along with anything that gets proposed, which means we may not be enjoying ourselves during that gameplay, and that's probably not just going to affect our enjoyment, but also the other people at the table. As much as people don't want to come across as the aggressive person or as too assertive, it's probably a good idea to, at the very least, share preferences. It might be as simple as saying, listen, I've had a long day, I've been up late the last couple of nights, I'm just tired, I need a light game. Or to say, listen, I'm pretty much up for anything, but I want a meaty experience. I want my brain to be smoking a little bit as we're playing. And I think just sort of giving people a sense of what you're up for as a guideline at the very least is a good start. So what do you think? Is this something that you struggle with in your game group, or is it maybe just a non-issue? I know that some groups, they have a very formal method. One person, one week will pick the game that's going to be played, the next week it's somebody else. So they have a system. But are you somebody who usually asserts yourself on what's going to be played? Do you follow the crowd? Do you sometimes find yourself in that situation where you're feeling less than satisfied with the games that are being picked, but you don't want to speak up about it? This is something I'd be really interested to hear about, and also your solutions. Maybe you found a way of dealing with this that has worked for you and has worked for your group. Let us know in the YouTube comments below. If you want, you can also record a 2 to 3 minute video expressing your thoughts as well. Next week's segment, I'll compile these items, we'll talk about a little bit more and dive into this a little deeper. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.